Okay. Feeling the standing leg? Ah, I see, yes. Okay. So, just to know how much you can, this is the orientation we're in right now. Yeah, see if you can get him to stand. And it's curious, but in every change of orientation that we have, we can have a different sense of ourselves and a particular joint. So in this position, we're looking at, we just looked at, the right leg behind the left. Okay, left leg standing, which means a standing leg means the weight is going down through the bones. So if my pelvis was back here, it's not a standing knee. Or it's forwards, it's not a standing knee because it's tending to collapse. So it's vertical. And then in this position, feeling what it's like to move the pelvis left and right around the head of the femur, tilt the pelvis forwards, backwards, and then I have to move his upper body because so I can't quite give you the full impression of what might happen, but some of you were beginning to feel of what needed to happen in the chest to enable your pelvis to make this circle around the head of the femur. Yeah? Thank you. The spine has to be involved because the pelvis is actually you can think of it as being the biggest vertebra of the spine. So anybody who has difficulty in the neck has a problem here. It's because it's a functionally coupled system. Every vertebra is linked. So if you move the lower end of the chain of vertebra, it's going to influence. If you are differentiated and have the self-image, you're going to create movement and differentiation through the whole length of the spine. That's it, all the way to the head. And you feel the head doing something, whoops, on the other end. But if you fix the head, you've got to use muscles to fix the head, which are connected to the shoulders and the thorax, which then influences the availability of the rib cage to move, which affects the freedom of the pelvis. Okay, so let's go back. Any questions? Yeah. Yep. Or strain, yes. And then if you're straining, you're going to lose the mobility because you're efforting in the muscles, which leads them to work harder, contract, get shorter, and then it limits the movement. Even if your femur isn't completely standing, leaning one way or another, you'd still be able to do some sort of rotation. Yes, yes. But you're not starting in a neutral position. You're starting, if you start forwards, yep. So what's stopping me from falling forwards? Yes. Yes, to hold me from tipping in that direction. And what we want to do is can we do the minimum amount of work to create the easiest movement that involves as much of ourself as possible, distributes the work through the whole system, our entire self. Yeah. Yes. It's a constraint.
Yeah. Now, even though that is a constraint of it being crossed, it's not actually glued.
No. Yes. Did you hear that? Yeah. So even though it's this leg's, he is, because my weight's shifting him that way, so it is glued to the floor. Yes, that's exactly right. So she was saying that even though this is a constraint, putting this leg on the other side, it's not glued to the floor. So once you find your 3 points of support, your hands and your knee, you just then, yes. Yes. Great. So let's go back and explore the other side.